As y'all can see, we grounding. Feel me? If you watching this live or you watching this after the live, man, we kind of bringing forth a vibe of meditation, a cleansing. You see what I say? I told myself I was gonna meditate, but I didn't know it was gonna be on live, and I kind of just heard what I had to hear as I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. You feel me? And as I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, I heard what I had to hear. So I'm here on live, and we're gonna meditate. We're gonna bring forth a live of peace, bring forth a live of love and enlightenment, and I'm gonna allow the spirit to integrate with my message. I'm gonna allow my higher self to speak through me. See what I say? So I manifest anybody that seeks the enlightenment that my higher self has, along with this message. I say, I say. Just to give y'all a little bit of insight, I did think I was gonna meditate just dolo, like just dolo, and I probably still will. Who knows? I probably still will. But yeah, sometimes, dang, it's crazy. Like I did just had that interaction. Sometimes you have to lead by example, and sometimes it isn't a physical example. You see what I say? Like everybody doesn't always align with the words that you say, but rather more so the actions that you take. See what I say? So yeah, we here being the meditative being that we are, and being the higher self that we are. Brought myself to a new scenery. You see what I say? This spot, and y'all have never seen me in this spot on live either. And I've never even just took the moment to just sit and embrace this area that I'm sitting in right now. Literally the same spot that I'm sitting in right now. And I meditate. And a part of me would go to a more secluded area because sometimes when I meditate, I don't necessarily like to feel eyes on me or to feel like people looking at me or feel, you know what I'm saying, certain things. But I can see the energy and feel the energy and read the energy right now that we are breaking all of those fear and mongering mentalities. See what I say? We are stepping into the light outside of the dark. See what I say? It's meant for people to see the light that we have. It's meant for people to integrate with the perspective that we bring and the actions that we bring and the knowing that we bring. It's meant. It is meant. It is meant. It's like a rainbow. Some some aspects in life we already seen certain colors, but other aspects of life are the colors that we have yet to find, but are there. So I see how a lot of times in life it calls for the people who has those extra colors and that extra information on the extra colors are the ones that's being called forth to one speak and the one take action. You feel what I say? Because I could say one to speak and two to take action, but it's a collaboration of speaking and action. It's a unity of both. It's not more. It's never one more than the other. You see what I say? What up? Peace to you, Coco. Peace to you, man. For real. Right now, we having the meditative vibes. Right now, that's what this is. Right now, we grounding. We sun gazing. It's 12:12 on a time too. So I'm gonna make a wish. Oh, shit. No problem, man. We just made a wish. It was 12:12. So if you watched this previously, after I already posted it, it's still 12:12 in divine timing. It's 12:12. So make a wish. See what I say? For real. For real. God bless, man. For real. God bless. But yeah, Spirit, what do you want me to say? I hear that. Cause some people, yo, some people, some people just may not resonate with you, and that's okay. But the truth of the matter is, as long as you love what's outside of you, as long as you love the external life outside of you, as long as you love yourself from within, it's okay if you don't really like some things yet, or if they don't really resonate. Because the truth is, if you operate out of love, you're already winning. If you operate out of love, you're already doing everything that you should be doing. You see what I say? So to my people who are loving beings and operate out of love, if there's some things that you don't resonate with, you don't have to resonate with. You don't have to force yourself to resonate with. You don't have to force yourself to be in alignment with. Where does your soul take you? Where does your soul know that you will grow? Where does your soul know that you will expand? Where does your soul know that you will feel free? You will feel whole. That's where you go. That's where you know. Sometimes life is going to feel uncomfortable. And sometimes life is going to feel comfortable. But the truth of the matter is, you won't receive the truth that you seek until you go find out which one you found. That was a good way to say that. That was a good way to say that. You won't find the truth that you seek until you go find out what you find. See what I say? Like, you have to go take that leap of faith before you receive any form of abundance. No matter what it is, you have to take a risk. You have to take a try, an attempt, whatever you want to call it. You align with that. You become that. You become the opportunity of either acceptance or redirection. But you become the opportunity by first experiencing opportunities. See what I say? Don't be scared to fly. Don't be scared to try. Don't even be scared to die. Death isn't real. Death is an illusion. Understanding if you have a relationship with Christ, you have eternal, everlasting life. Your life is fulfilled from the beginning to the end to the beginning, and will forever remain fulfilled. You see what I say? Peace. He said, somebody in the chat said, let's just talk about these women. Man, just left right now, all because I fell off. But how would I know it was the right woman? I guess, honestly, what I hear Spirit telling me to tell you and tell whoever needs this message is, it's not about if it was the right or wrong woman. It's about if you were aligned with the right or wrong reality. So for a moment, don't look at the women. Don't look at the outside sources. Don't look at what's outside of you. But ask yourself, were you doing the right things? Were you taking the right actions? Ask yourself, were you with the right person? Like, genuinely just ask yourself, were you with the right person? Not if the person was the right person. No. Don't make it about the person, but make it about you. So then start to hold yourself accountable and ask yourself, what were you doing? What weren't you doing? Were you the right man? Were you acting upon being the right man? Were you serving your highest good? Or were you living a way of life that is your highest good, and maybe you just have something that works out better for you? The answers to your questions only you have. You find those through the Most High. The Most High is within. So if you have certain questions that you seek, you go within. And as you allow the kingdom to embrace from within, you will receive a response. But that response from within will always direct you to the power within and not allow you to waste your power without. Because it's not about if she was the right woman or the wrong woman, but it was rather if you were right in your steps, if you were right in your direction. You see what I say? That's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. For real. But yeah, man, that's what I start to realize. Shout out to even that perspective. In life, there's literally no wrong or right. Like it is, because your ego will allow you to embrace what's wrong and what's right. Your ego will fully agree with you and start to justify with you on what's wrong and what's right. Your ego will literally do that. But your higher self knows that as long as you learn from any experience, it doesn't matter what looks wrong and what's right. Even when the Most High looks at us, the Most High doesn't look at the movement and the action of our flesh, no, but more so the intent and the weight of our heart. You see what I say? Some things are just illusions to represent the energy. Some things are just illusions to represent the energy. So there's not necessarily a wrong or right, but it's more so about what's in resonance with you, what's in alignment with you. Because wrong and right brings judgment, that brings separation, that brings ego. But when you speak upon resonance, You speak upon the operation of oneness and acceptance of who you truly are. Not to say you don't accept these things that may not be in resonance with you, but as you embrace your authentic form of who you are, it will be some things that you will do and some things that you won't do. And it's not about being good or right. It's not about being right or wrong. It's not about making the right decision or the wrong decision. But it's about learning from the decisions. It's just simply about learning from the decisions. That's it. That's it. It is no right or wrong. You could become rich fast or you become rich short. It doesn't matter. None of that matters. That's not the main reason, I guess we could say. That's not the focus. The focus is, did you receive the lesson that you were supposed to receive? Did you pass the class that you were supposed to class? Did you receive that perspective that you were supposed to receive? It's not about being right or wrong or making the right decision or the wrong one. As we have 10% battery on this, it's a fly on me. Fly, shoo. He said, and I appreciate you, bro. You a real one. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, brother. That's the second confirmation of the day, man. You a real one too, big dog, man. Because it takes a real one to know a real one. So when y'all come in here and give me compliments, it shows me y'all love for y'all self. It shows me how much y'all love and y'all appreciate y'all self. Because anytime somebody compliments anybody outside of themselves, it takes one to know one. So if you say someone's a kind person, that's because you're a kind person. If you say someone has a beautiful soul, that's because you have a beautiful soul. If you say somebody is attractive, that's because you are attractive. See what I say? So thank you for that compliment, man. You a real one too, brother. Keep being you, man. Keep spreading your real perspectives. Keep coming in people's lives and saying the real stuff that pop up in your mind, and just keep being you, man. For real, just keep being you, man. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And yeah, bro, I think our ego is a little bit bigger. Facts, brother. That's facts, bro. Like, I don't like to justify it, but men do, like, it does perceive that men embrace their ego more than women. Let me just say that. I won't even say that we always have more ego than women, because don't get it twisted. There is some egotistical women, and egotistical women show up in different ways. They don't necessarily show up like an egotistical man. Like, I feel like an egotistical man and an egotistical woman show up in different ways. The egotistical woman more so can embrace her manipulation. You see, she can use her emotions to bring justification to her reasoning. But an egotistical man more so uses his energy to manipulate the situation. You see, whether that's the words he speak, or if he gets loud and chaotic, or even if he takes action and gets a little physical. You see what I say? It does seem like the male race embraces the ego more. It does. And I don't like just to necessarily blame it on the testosterone, because I don't always feel that it's because testosterone. But I do feel like ego stems from feeling unheard. Like, when I see it for what I see it as, it just seems like a whole bunch of inner childs wanting to be heard. Like a whole bunch of big boys or big kids or whatever you want to call it, wanting to be heard. And whenever you don't be heard, especially, it hits so much different. It hits different whenever you want to be heard, when you're not being heard by just a random person, and then when you're not being heard by somebody you love. I start to see a little bit of differences. It feels like it brings more passion out when you feel unheard by somebody you truly love. Because we love everybody. But when you know you love this person, like, you know it through your heart, you know it through your connection with this person, you know it through how you feel, sometimes the ego will get defensive. The ego will get defensive. The ego will get defensive. It's not even about testosterone or estrogen. It's more so about self-control. That's what I start to see. And that's what the higher self embraces too, like self-control, just being able to control the energy, control the environment, control how you see things, control your perception, control your words, control your chaos, control your peace. Like the energy of, we can transmute the word to a higher vibration. We don't even have to say control, because I do feel like the higher self embraces flow, but we can say balance. Like the higher self balances your energies to where they flow fluently. They flow fluently and frequently. You see what I say? Watch out, man. He said, yeah, bro, because when you growing up, all you were taught is a man was not to cry and to go work. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Preach that. Preach, man. You in here preaching, man. You in here preaching. We healing right now. We healing trauma, generational experiences right now, because that is 100% true. Somebody in the chat, y'all, said, yeah, bro, because when you were growing up, all you were taught as a man was to not cry and to go to work and just to be quiet. Y'all know what thing I just found out recently, yo? When they talk about eating the fruit of good and bad knowledge in the book and the Bible and stuff like that, and they talking about it being a punishment for eating the fruit or something like that, yo, the good and bad. One of the punishments that I heard in the book was women would have painful births. Painful births being physically, whether they have kids, or painful births being creation. Like, because any form of creation stems from your internal world, and internal world is the feminine side, the subconscious mind, you feel me, all these traits. So I heard whenever you receive certain perspectives, the female punishment, if you want, if you could say, and by punishment all I mean is getting punished for, is embracing the ego. I feel like the serpent is nor good and is nor bad, but more so what you do with the information of good and bad. You see what I say? So, as receiving all of this information that we receive, because I feel like is being in this human flesh, one of the first missions that we go through is to understand good and bad, whether we know it or not. We start to discern and see what is good and bad in our reality. I heard the punishment for the woman, or for the feminine energies, of dwelling within the serpent's energy too much, in a negative perspective, we could say, is having painful births, painful creations. Once again, painful creations, not just being babies, but being anything you create. You might feel like you have a roadblock, or you just have a creator's block, or you just feel like you stuck. You see what I say? Painful births. And feminine, once again, isn't just a feminine like a woman. That just means your feminine energy within you, because we all have feminine and masculine energies within us. I heard the punishment of the man was to work till death, in something of that nature, like to work till death, and it's gonna be uncomfortable as well. So when somebody came in here and they said, Junebug, you feel me? Shout out Junebug, said they told us as men not to cry and just to work and be quiet. They have so many men fulfilling the punishment by the serpent. They have so many people fulfilling the punishment by the serpent, because once again, the punishment is to work till death and to be a woman, and your feminine energies, because it's not even about being a woman. It's about your feminine energies, your creative side, your intuitive side feeling blocked, because it feels painful. It feels blocked. See what I say? So it's really just about programming yourself to what your soul knows you are. Not your ego, because that's indulging into the vibrations of the more darker serpent. Because understanding in the book, there are two serpents, two different kinds of serpents. There's the serpents that God has one of his disciples build, and then there's the serpent of the Garden of Eden. When they talk about the Garden of Eden, you see what I say? I truly feel like, once again, there is no good and bad. But yeah, once again, like there is no good or bad. I feel like literally it'd be like even to say like say if we were speaking of a random person and they got sentenced to 37 years in a in a punishment. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'll say. As long as they learn through all them 37 years, who is to say that that was a bad experience, or who is to say that they did bad, or who is to say that what they did was bad to put them in that position and then they receive bad consequences? It's for nobody else but the eyes of the beholder to perceive what is good and what is bad. See what I say? So I start to embrace in this life when I see like good things or bad things or high vibing things and low vibing things, I start to embrace it for literally it just being simply what it is. It just being what it is. And if I can learn from it, I can learn from it. If I don't learn from it, I don't learn from it. But all this separation of splitting these things over here and splitting these things over here, that is, I feel like that is the trick into what can we say, the ego's hands, the trick into the devil's hands, whatever you want to call it. I feel like that is all the trap. When on my journey I can embrace it and I can acknowledge that seeing evil in my interpretation and seeing good in my interpretation allowed me to be able to embrace the aspect of wholeness. Not to say that there are some things I will. Yeah, y'all, my phone be dang. My phone be people start joining too. My phone be getting full. So we gon' I guess we keep church rolling. I guess my peace to everybody. Peace to everybody. For real. We was just chatting it up. That's crazy. As soon as the crowd join. We feel that way because we was never taught anything. Facts. That's what we was talking about. Yeah, like can't nobody tell you who you are. And I feel like only you can tell you who you are as well with the Most High, whatever you believe in, whatever power, whatever source you believe in co-creation with the Creator. Only you and the Creator know who you are. So I feel like you can only show the world who you are. People can say who they think you are. That really doesn't matter. But I feel like it's in your hands to show who you are. I feel like it's being called for a lot of change, a lot of upgrading, a lot of breakages of patterns. Like even like us speaking upon how like they say men can't cry and they just go to work and shut up, just breaking that punishment. That's literally what it is, yo. That shit is literally a punishment. You telling a man he can't be emotionally intelligent. You telling a man all you gotta do is keep going to work and stay in the cycle. And then you tell the man to shut up. All of this is it's crazy because like I'm hearing blasphemy. Like even though I know what blasphemy means, that's still most of these things that we think we have to go through or that we go through is blasphemy to the creation of the Most High. Like to what the Most High created is blasphemy. To think we had to stay in these cycles or that we even, I ain't gonna say that we're not supposed to because everything's happened for a reason, but willingly, I don't think it was free will for everybody. Well, that's also not true because to come to Earth, you have free will. Everybody has free will to come to Earth. Now, what happens on Earth is a whole nother thing. Yeah, it just get to a point of just being who you are. And as you be who you are, the rest of the world will be able to see that you being different. And as you being different, it might embrace change within somebody else. As you being different. But it start with you. It start with you. start with you. Dang, that's crazy. That's probably why I was feeling that energy. He said, that's crazy. Shout out to bro. Shout out to bro. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's probably why I was reading that energy. But peace to y'all, man. For real. Thank y'all for joining up. Thank y'all for joining up. Thank y'all for joining up. I think I'm being called to let my phone charge, though. I'm gonna let my phone charge. Just go with that peace. Align with that peace. Just be. Like, I feel it. Just be. Just be. I just was being, doing what I do every day. And the lady said that I help motivate her. So just be. Understand you're always being watched. So you put your best foot forward. That's what I say. I was going to hear me say like you don't always have to. But I'll acknowledge and say put your best foot forward. And give your best try. Give your best attempt. I say. Peace to y'all. Love. And